everybody, and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do a very quick, lazy girl, but like wanting to try makeup. So that means minimal powder, all creams, and not even winged liner. I have been trying out a bunch of different foundations and really wanting to master the art of makeup, no makeup. And for me, I can do it on other people, but on myself, I get really frustrated because I'm so used to looking in the mirror and seeing that Instagram makeup. And so I think that I've kind of found my happy medium with what that no makeup looks like for me. So without further ado, I hope you're staying healthy and I hope that this tutorial gives you a little bit of joy. So let's get started. All right, let's do this. So I'm gonna start off with my newfound love, which is the Kojendo Aqua Foundation, and I'm using the color KNH. So I normally get about, or need about 2 pumps. And then I'm actually gonna take, which I haven't used before for my face on here, is the Artis Elite Oval 8. I have been loving using this brush. And so I just go through and swipe it on. And I met someone who represented the company, Artis, and they gave me a really awesome tip and said that the lighter the touch, the better the blend. So if you have these brushes or interested in trying one out, especially for the face, definitely don't go in like you're trying to, brush your teeth like a maniac, because these look like toothbrushes. Just a light touch is all you need. So now that we have a light layer of that foundation, I am going to take the new Hourglass Vanish Concealer. Now for this look, especially because we're doing the quick everyday, I want something that's more self-setting because I don't want to use a ton of powder. So I'm gonna go in and just do just the tiniest bit. And all of this discoloration where acne is healing, I just like to take a little bit down the sides just to give myself the tiniest bit of coverage without doing full coverage for the whole face. So now I'm gonna take the Hourglass something brush. It doesn't have a name, but anyways, it's one of their face brushes. And I'm gonna start by blending. And there's a makeup artist named Katie Hughes that is absolutely amazing. And something that she does is she puts the concealer lower down. Once the brush has blended out most of the concealer, then she takes it up under the eye, which I love this technique because I always have issues where I'm trying not to look like I have makeup, but also have some coverage. And that's a really great way to hide the fact that you have coverage, is if you don't put too much underneath, or at least too much product. So yeah. So I'm going to take everything and blend. Okay, so now I'm going to take just a little bit more of that concealer, and I forgot the name. The name is Cream, or the color name. So I'm going to take just a little bit more right here, just because I picked at my face and now I'm waiting for it to heal. So sometimes we just gotta ride the wave. And unfortunately, I am a picker. And so the way to do that is just build up coverage where you need it, not all over for this look. We don't need that bulletproof mask. So now, staying obviously in our cream theme, I'm gonna take the Huda Beauty Tantour in Fair. And again, I love this guy. Love this guy. It's a good one, and I've used it in many of my videos thus far. So I'm gonna take the other end of this Hourglass brush and just tap a little bit and go to town. So now I'm going to take the other side of the brush and I'm going to dip back into this Huda Beauty Tantour, and I'm just going to carve out a little bit of the crease here and take it down the nose. So this is just going to start that eye look, but again, this is just something I just kind of sweep it. I'm not creating the lines and then blending them out. I'm just going through and adding that in. For blush, I am actually going to use something I haven't used on my channel yet, but have had for a while. I'm going to use this cream blush from Ritual de Feel, I can't really say it, but this blush is really awesome and is actually a smaller company that I actually had the chance to meet the owner of, which was really awesome. Anyway, so I am going to use the color Desire, and I'm going to put this all over my cheekies. Again, going in, I'm just going to clean off the back end of this brush. They're coming for me. Anyway, there's been a lot of sirens lately, so I don't know what that means. So I'm going to take the blush, tap, 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 and then I'm going to pop it on the cheekaroos. So with the contour and the blush, I've been doing a lot of tapping motions because I don't want to disrupt the little bit of coverage I do have. So tapping will allow it, you know, to build on top versus wiping away. So tap like the wind. Now for highlight. So I am going to take this cream highlight from Hourglass, and it is Champagne Flash. Now this one is great because it's already in that stick form, so you can just kind of dot, dot, dot where you want it. Or if you're like me and tend to be overzealous with loving some brushes, you can just take the brush onto the stick like this and put it where you want it. And what I love, love, love about cream highlights is you really can't overapply. Especially because I kind of want to go for this more glass skin, because especially when you have dry skin like me, you really can't have too much dew because your skin's not going to produce oil halfway through the day and you're not going to feel like soup. So, I mean, and even trying it with using your finger, I mean, yeah, let's blend that out. Now I'm going to take the one powder we're going to use in this entire tutorial. That is the Charlotte Tilbury Powder Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder in number 1 Fair. Now, the reason I love this powder is because it's super finely milled, and because you can, translucent powders, no matter how much they say, oh, this is perfect for dry skin, blah, 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 and it doesn't cake up and all this stuff. There's just something about this powder, and I don't really know what. I'm sure she has a beautiful tutorial explaining it all, Charlotte does, but just taking this, it just doesn't, it doesn't look like powder. And that's the problem with a lot of powders on the market. And when people want to do the, you know, no makeup is we go in with translucent powder and then we instantly lose any type of shine that we created in the first place. So what I like to do is just take it along the areas where you tend to have makeup move, which tends to be nasolabial folds and under the eye. And for me, sometimes it's just like even transfer. Like I don't want to feel any stickiness on like my chin area, and also just cleaning that up a little bit to give us more of that contour. So yeah, I'm gonna just tap, tap, tap. And I'm again still using this same brush. This brush is amazing. And even like these areas, most of the time it's the areas where our face moves the most, so it tends to be like right in here, the 11s, nasolabial folds, and a little bit under the chin. Yeah. Love this powder. So now I'm gonna have you come just a little bit closer to my eyeballs so that we can do that quick glam on the eye. So I'm gonna take one of the coolest liquid eyeshadows on the market because it does dry down matte, and that is the Danessa Myricks Color Fix in the color Exposed. And this is just a really pretty cool tone. It goes really well with the blush color as well. Cool toned eyeshadows. So I'm going to take a fluffy brush. This one is a MAC 217. And I am just going to go in. And I'm going to focus most of this on the lid at first and then blend up. I'm going to switch to this Morphe M441. Just a little bit fluffier so I can get those edges. Now I'm going to take a Laura Mercier Secret Camouflage brush. I'm going to load up that pigment. And I'm going to just take it a little bit closer to the lash line, just so we have a good color on here. And I'm going to take it on the lower lash line as well, just to give myself a little bit of a line there. This will obviously help the shape. Pop. So now I'm gonna go into brows. Now I'm pretty quick because I have a ton of just hair on my eyebrows. I'm taking the Hourglass Micro Eyebrow Pencil in the color Platinum Blonde. This is fantastic for us blonde girls because it's just taupe enough. So I'm just gonna fill in a little bit of the gaps, not doing anything crazy because again, this is our like lazy girl, quick, one and done makeup. And I've also, I don't know if anybody else is doing this, but I'm trying to grow out my eyebrows a little bit. So I do have some stragglers, as you can probably see. But yeah, just kind of filling in, getting my arch in there, getting a little bit of a clean line. And then I'm gonna go in with my little mini Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. And this is awesome because if you wanna get that, that soap brow look, but don't feel like doing all of the, you know, spraying and then all of the needs for that, because it can be a little bit of a hassle. This stuff is like super glue for the eyebrows, so you can get that fluffy look without all of the things. So now that we finished the brows, I'm gonna take the highlight that we use, which is the Hourglass Champagne Flash, and I'm actually gonna pop this in the areas that I want to bring a little bit more life. So right in the center. See? That didn't take much. And I'm going to take my pinky finger, grab a little bit of that highlight, pop it in there. Booyah, look at that. Okay, so the next thing is mascara. We're almost done. So for mascara, I'm gonna use my tried and true Hourglass Caution Mascara, again in a mini form because that's the way I like it. I've tried to try other mascaras and they do nothing but fail. This one does not transfer. It does not give me the crazy, like, what do you call it? I don't know. I guess it's just transfer. I don't look like a crazy person by the end of the day, especially because we're doing all creams. You don't want your mascara to move, and a lot of times if you don't have a lot of powder on the eyes, it will transfer. And this mascara doesn't, and this mascara gives me all of the lashes. So, not changing anytime soon unless somebody wants to recommend a new one for me. Alright, so I did about 2 coats of that mascara, and as you can see, it gives you a little something. Looks like you tried, but again, this is about maybe a 10-minute makeup depending on how fancy you're feeling. So, for the next thing, I'm gonna do lips. Now, my favorite, absolute favorite right now, when it comes to just quick, out the door, but like tried to try, if you know what I mean. House Laboratories in lip liner in Myth and the lip gloss in Venus. This just gives you a little something. For me, I like to have a little bit of color on my lips when I'm doing this because for me, it just doesn't do much. It also makes my eyes brighter when I have a little bit of a lip color. So I'm gonna take this lip liner all over the lips and let's go. And I'm actually gonna go through and just kind of rub my finger across. This just kind of blurs the lines a little bit and gives it that more faded look, which I've been enjoying doing lately. And then let's take this gloss. Now, the House Laboratories gloss is one of my favorites. It is a little bit on the thicker side, but I think that obviously if you don't put like 5 coats on, having it thicker makes it last longer. So anyway, my favorite gloss, even after coffee, even after a long day, I still can have a little bit of this on. So let's go. This is in the color Venus. All right, guys, that's it. Super simple, super easy, and definitely can use anything you have at home as far as creams, because everything's shutting down and you can't really buy makeup right now. So I've definitely found a lot of joy in picking up the makeup that I have and seeing what I can do with it. So using things as multi-tools and taking blush and making it eyeshadow, all the fun things. So please, please, please subscribe and like this video if it was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.